Hello YouTube, welcome to the third day of my Sojourn Self-Vod review. Today's topic is again risk management, since we have not been satisfied with the results the last two times. So we review the same topic again. History, replays. Ooh, I played quick play. Ugly. We just take the last one. Honestly, do not remember. It was only 22 hours ago, but I'm old. My brain's dead. So I don't remember all the stuff.
Ready for battle.
So where are we? Here we are. Let's put the timer back to 5. Let's put my face back to small, so you see something of the gameplay. Maybe you enjoy the gameplay as well. I think we will not wipe out the drawing pan on the screen today. Just go like this. Perfect. Woohoo. So, task is to play behind the task. Again, if you missed the first 2 days, the task is risk management. The goal, the topic, I would say, is risk management. I can actually... This one on the top left, which is of course broken because the background disappears. But maybe you can read it a little bit. I will fix it at some moment. It's an OBS bug actually, which is funny. The only OBS bug I've ever seen is this one. No, camera, don't lose focus again. And yeah, so what I usually do when I climb through lower ranks like Plat and Gold and all these low ranks, I just go ultra aggressive. I just go on the flank and search one-on-one and win every single one of them. Why does this work? Because I'm better than these players. So if Blizzard downranks me, I just climb back up easily and fast by just egoing every single fight. But this is of course not viable. This is a broken matchmaker. This is not a feasible tactics. And now I'm closer to the level where I need to actually train. And now I have a bad habit of being overly aggressive, so I need to tune on my aggressivity back. And so my training is going from the opposite end. How boring can I play and still get away with it? How boring can I play and still win? And so actually these are 2 steps, actually mixed in one, which is not perfect for training, but still, well, we get to the second step later maybe. So the first step is simple. Play behind your tank, play with your team, play ultra safe. Just don't go for any risks. And then the second step is taking this base of pure safety and realize, okay, here we have someone without cooldowns on a flank. Here we have a Widow sniping all my supports. I need to do something. Here, I don't know, we are diving something. I can take more risk or whatever. Or we are in situations where the fight's already lost, but my team is still deep and can't retreat. So there's nothing to lose, and they can also just go full bonkers, basically, and just try to make a play, right? This is the second step. So we are mostly stuck at the first step because honestly, I'm a little bit confused on how to play with my tanks, especially if you have Doomfist and Ball and Winston and they dive something, or your Resett just runs around the corner, or Ryan charges away. Like how do you play with such tanks? And this is not a straightforward answer because it's kind of you can choose between 2 wrongs. But what is right? So here we just send the scout from safety. Here we have waited for our tank, Raulorius, and here we go behind our tank. So here's already the first problem. You don't see a tank in front of my screen. How do I play with this? Well, I play the right cover as greedily as possible. And here's a little bit easier because I can have some slack because, there's nothing. Here's a pillar that cannot shoot me and no one can be here at this pillar. So I can basically just close out this angle and see this front line, basically. Right, that's all I'm doing here. Now, I wanted to rotate away from the door. So I basically go to this mini health pack and start cleaning up the angles from here. So the next angle would be this Lucio, which I can decide to fight. But I can also decide to focus fire with my tank, basically. I go for the Lucio because I had the charger, he was just flying by and my wrist is around the corner, so it was just not a real decision, but I think this is stupid. But honestly, I have never seen such amazing top turret placement. Like this baffled me. Like this turret has so much cover. Like it's not on the ground, it's on this slight step. You see, it's a little bit flying. It is really just, it's so perfect. This is so beautiful. This is the most beautiful top tower I've seen this entire year. And that's quite a long time because today is the last day of the year. And I actually cannot hit it with the bloom of my weapon. I cannot hit this turret. It's insane. Yeah, Reganing was stupid. There was a low HP Mercy, which I missed. So here I thrown the fight. Basically, if I would have killed the Mercy, I would have won, but instead I lost for that. But sometimes, you know, you just have to stop and appreciate the awesome plays the enemies make. You cannot just go and win and have no fun. No fun is allowed. So now, what I'm doing here is entirely wrong. Because again, the task was going with my tank. Where is my tank? There is no tank. Well, what do I do? Finalize is not a tank. So, I mean, it's kind of okay as long as I keep it ultra safe. I mean, there is a Hawk across the entire room. It's not really a threat. There is no Hanzo, no Widow, so I will most likely not draw too many resources. And the problem is that you might think, oh, but I can take the time and do something with my time and, don't know, get ult charge and drain resources for enemies. But the thing is, it's not one-sided, right? It's two-sided. If you are viewing the enemies and the enemies see you, and you both are drawing resources, which side wins? Which side has more resources? Well, the side with more players. So you're actually draining more resources from your team, peeking this stuff. Maybe Kiriko will use her cleanse, maybe Anna will use her nade, maybe they will do stuff to protect you. Maybe Hanzo now goes a little bit more aggressive and throws his sonic arrow down on your feet. Stuff happens. And you're drawing more resources from your team than you draw from the enemy in the end. And don't forget, every point of damage you do gets healed up by the enemy team, and the enemy supports also get ult charge. So the ult charge itself is two-sided anyway. But yeah. But the resources traded are not in your favor. Yeah, and here I really pay for it. I have no idea how I turned off my brain and just went in like an idiot. And here I've thrown the second fight, for no reason. You see, Hawk has a kill on Sojourn. If I wouldn't have died here, would be now in a 5-4. Instead I died, I threw the fight. GG, well played. Yashi, you played yourself. I congratulate you. Like a true idiot. And that's, you see, training for the third day, but I still have this bad habit. If I turn off my brain, I go in. I just go forward. And even this one. I slide out and everything. Like, just walk there. Why do I slide? Just go to this door like an old woman and shoot from here. You see a top. I don't need to slide. And then if someone pushes me, I can slide away. But instead I slide and make a jump and risk everything for what? For what, I ask you. Well, I don't really ask you, but well, you know. Okay. This is now boring because everyone's dead. So here I'm pushing up together with my tank and not behind my tank. It's mostly because I'm lazy. You know, the fight's already won. We have more resources. Enemies are dragging away. So I'm just pushing up a little bit so I can shoot at this corner. Like, I mean, is the soldier really going to kill me here? Yeah, well, actually he can, because I'm peeking too wide. This is another mistake I always make, I peek too wide. Like, if you see from this, it's in the center of the hallway. It's not nowhere near cover. It needs not to be here, but here. And brrr, brrr, pew, brrr, and not also synchronized but really in a chaotic fashion. Another wasted jump. Watching for hooks. Here a soldier, so I defend the flank. There's no way I got cleansed, so it was kind of very safe here. That was a waste, that was a total waste. You know, the orb here in this cloak is so much more powerful when they actually push in. Or when I actually see the soldier is there and then go for a 1-on-1. And it's also a good orb, but this orb was trash. Here, my main tank died. This is actually wrong. And the reason is following. My main tank already died. So you would say, oh, well, but there's nothing to lose anymore. No, but there is. The enemies are still not on point. We can actually waste the maximum amount of time by actually kiting back. The difference is, if the enemies defeat you here, they just walk in onto the point and cap it. But if you actually shoot from here a little bit, then you fall back, shoot from here a little bit, then you fall back, shoot from here a little bit, then the enemies have to fight shortly, briefly, around every corner. Like, Hawk can of course walk, but not unpunished. Like, he walks, you get lost, you need to go back and take a breather, then walk forward, threaten with his hook, and then he gets pushed back again, he needs to retreat. And then there is this, it wastes much more time, and maybe you can waste enough time for your tank to actually come back. And that's the point where you actually win the game. When you waste enough time for your tank to come back. And my goal here is not to win the team fight and clutch it and make a play. My goal is to waste as much of time of the enemies as possible because we have the point. That's the point. Well, at least they throw a lot of useless ults in there, which they didn't need to throw. Like the fight was already won, they didn't need Hoggle, they didn't need Torp ult. That's at least good for us. We go in with our tank, that's correct. Sojourn from the right, but we ignore him, we stay with our tank. Okay, we do not ignore it, and this is a mistake. I feel like. The good thing is actually thought that he had ult, so I tried to force the 1-on-1, and either and how to say it, that he uses ult in this 1-on-1 basically is an ult thrown away, so it's kinda okay for me, but it's not really my training task. That's why it was kind of well. Like, if you want to train a topic, stick to your topic. Even if this would have been the correct play, which I doubt it was. I think a smarter person would find a better play for me to do. But even if it was, I should stick with my tank because this was my training goal.
Stay put. The enemy's got a turret. Enemy turret destroyed.
These mercenaries always make me mad. Like, that you really kind of punish them as well. Here again, my tank is not here, so what the hell am I doing? This is really... So, about the mercy resist, I feel like it's kind of a little bit counterintuitive. That if you see a mercy flying, you start punishing her, but because of the damage mechanics, like, I don't have railgun charged, right? I just start charging railgun, and even if I kill mercy, the rest is already done. That's kinda... I feel like it's kinda lame. Like that you really cannot punish this cooldown whatsoever. It's... You can only trade and risk your entire life just to trade Mercy against the target you resist, and that's the most you can get. It's kinda... I don't know. Mercy is hard to balance. I understand. And Mercy already has been punished a lot, that I also understand. But I feel like it would be better if Mercy get actually rewarded for better reses and punished for worse reses. It would make Mercy a little bit more engaging than just this, oh, I go into the enemy... four of the enemies in the center and just res and hope it goes through, because sometimes it works. I feel like this types of gameplays should kind of be really easier to punish, even for lower levels. I mean, even in silver. But if Mercy actually finds a position where she can actually safely res, she should really get rewarded more, basically. But how do you reward a Mercy res, right? Do you give her, don't know, a free kill button? Like when Mercy, after the res, if she makes a hits an enemy with a pistol, the enemy just explodes. Doesn't matter how much HP he has, he just poof, goes away. Or something like that. Would be funny. Yeah, sorry for wrong topic. Yeah, again, where was my tank? My tank, I have no idea where my tank was. Yeah, exactly. My tank is where is he actually? Actually, my tank is dead. So what am I doing here? I'm sliding in aggressive without my tank. That is while I'm trying to train. Insane. Sometimes I'm really impressed how my brain works. Like, if I don't focus on this one topic for 2 seconds straight, my brain will find a way to go in suicide. Insane. Absolutely insane.
I'm on the objective.
Like, the second day I'm training this stuff, it's still my gameplay looks like this. Like my adaptation speed is like... I don't know, man. I think plants turning towards the sun adapt faster than my brain does. It was also awkwardly slow. It looks like a bronze play. It's taking the health back. It's like... I don't know, man. I can actually do 180 flicks with Tracer, but taking the health pack completely confused me there. I have no idea why. Let's not talk about the hook diff in the tanks. That's easy to say. But if you do self-Vod reviews, really focus on yourself. Like, I see all the mistakes of my own tank and so on. I see them, don't worry. But the thing is, I also see what the stupid stuff I'm doing. And I've thrown at least 3 team fights here by just not playing bad my tank when I actually had the goal to play bad my tank. And that's the thing, I never get to step 2, because I always already failed at step 1. I missed the hawk. Okay. Okay. Was this play smart? I think not. Again, what is my goal? Regroup with the tank. Here is my tank. Why do I risk now going in solo? I could have played just back here defensively, poke him a little bit, and if he goes in wiser, well, I just go back. And maybe this guy also finds a way to go back. But now I'm just suiciding in. Why? That is not my goal. I mean, in the end, it wasn't so bad of an attempt because I could have punished them, but still, it's just not what I want to do. Okay, but basically, Yashi does Yashi things exactly. That's exactly the Yashi brain. There's not much point in viewing this VOD review longer, because as you see, I really need to train harder to focus on my training topic. I just saw now in, I don't know what time it is actually, in this short time of 5 minutes 53, which was 1 minute at spawn. So in this 5 minutes, I threw at least 3 or 4 team fights straight away, just by going in without when my tank was dead. Even though I knew my tank was dead, even though I knew I need to regroup with my tank, I still went in like an idiot. That's why this VOD review is I can keep it short. Because it's already obvious I'm an idiot, and it's clear which habit I need to replace with a better habit. And the habit is now simply go back to your tank. If your tank dies, go back out of the team fights, basically. This is so you always imagine the hawk in your team. Always he actually sings, "Baby, come back." No, in his spawn, and then you go back to your spawn. Okay. So YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much. See you next one. Bye bye.